So in everyday life, do you usually feel safe in Korea? Like on the streets, for example, walking by yourself?
But yeah, so far I have not felt any concerns with safety.
Like working or at night, for example, then the darkness, someone gets to like, mug me. It's super safe. I will try to get home before it gets too dark. I used to have a roommate here and we will go out and enjoy party.
So what about the nightlife in Korea? How do you feel during the night when you're going here?
Really safe. I think people trust each other a lot here because, for example, it's pretty normal here to leave your belongings in a cafe and just go somewhere. Just, I don't know, meet a friend who is coming out of the subway or going to a bathroom. And it's pretty safe to leave everything, including, I don't know, your phone, for example. And you can just go out for 10, 20 minutes. It happened to me once when I actually remembered that I left my charger at home. So I left all of my belongings, including my passport and like everything at Starbucks. And then I went back home. I think it took me 15 minutes and I came back and I didn't even worry because of it. And I came back and everything was safe and sound. Everything was in place. I think it's a bad habit of mine now because I remember I came back to Russia like 3 months ago to visit my family and I left my belongings at the cafe and my mom scolded me. She was like, Anna, what are you doing? Don't trust people this much. And I was like, oh.
You also have the Korean trust right now.
Yeah, really nice. And sometimes in Russia, it's pretty dangerous to go outside in like 2 a.m. For example, if I want some Sprite or something, if I want to drink something to buy. If I tell my dad I'm going outside at 2 a.m., my dad would do something to me. He would tell me I'm grounded or something like this. He would tell me to stay home because it's dangerous. But here, going out at 2 a.m. to get some chocolate is a pretty safe travel, I think. It's pretty comfortable and nice because you feel safe. And I remember sometimes I saw girls going back home. I was looking out of the window in my apartment and I saw girls coming back home at like 3 a.m. in the morning, completely alone. And they were pretty safe. They were wearing headphones. They were having like a very good mood. It felt very nice and good staying here, knowing that this is such a safe place.
That's great. How about the infrastructure during the night in Korea? Is there something more convenient or
Convenience
better?
stores,
Oh,
of course,
right.
open 24/7. It's really nice because once again, I remember I traveled to Busan last summer and I ran out of my contact lenses, like water, and it was 2 a.m. And I was like, what should I do? And then I remembered, oh, there is a convenience store nearby. So I went there and they had it. So this is really great. Whenever you need something, you can just go and buy it whenever you want. Like even medicines, I think, some of the medicines, like vitamin drinks or something when you're having a cold.
Also, connected to that, have you ever been to the unmanned shop?
Yeah, it was very futuristic, like coming from the future, because I still didn't understand how people can trust each other so much. Like you can just go, you can just take whatever you want and then you can pay and you can go away and you are being controlled by cameras, but in the moment you can just take whatever you want and run away with it. The level of trust is a little bit shocking to me because I don't want to speak badly on my country, but in Russia I think such things wouldn't last very long.
Was there any reason that you chose Myeongdong for your accommodation?
So I honestly looked up, I used my girl ChatGPT, I was like, hey, where should I stay? I was looking for accessibility to get to like pretty much any neighborhood in Seoul, and knowing anything about the neighborhoods in Seoul, I just asked ChatGPT, and it said that it was like kind of central to different neighborhoods, which is what I'm experiencing so far. But I hear that Myeongdong is very touristy and the locals don't really hang there.
I think that for the first time it's a good place because my first time in Korea, I also was in Myeongdong.
Okay, good.
So I feel the girl.
Good, okay, good. That makes me feel better.
Are you here alone for traveling?
I am.
Ooh.
Yeah. I started my trip in Japan, but now I'm just like fully solo here for like 4 days and then I'm back to New York.
So you're leaving one day.
Yeah, so sad.
I'm glad I met you then.
I'm so glad we met.
So because you're alone in here, can I ask you about how do you feel by yourself? Do
Safety-wise?
Yeah.
No, so far totally fine. Living in New York, you kind of like learn to be comfortable walking around on the streets alone, but I felt safer than I have in some neighborhoods in New York walking at night. But also I feel like the neighborhoods here that I've frequented are pretty busy and there's like a lot of people walking around, so I haven't really experienced walking down a dark street alone. So yeah, so far I have not felt any concerns with safety?
I mean, Korea is a pretty safe country, so I definitely feel you on that as well. Also, as a person living here.
Yeah.
Is there something that you feel you could do here, but you don't feel so comfortable doing, for example, in New York City?
I'd say I definitely feel safer walking around here than I do in New York. Less attention for sure with catcalling and stuff like that. So that's been really good here. So just in general, I feel like I am more able to go out late by myself and walk around.
The late night walks.
Yeah, late night walks, which has been beautiful.
Oh, that's great. Is there any reason that you think Korea may be more safe?
That's a good question. I want to say that perhaps like it goes back culturally, like to culture and infrastructure. Also, I want to say culturally, like there might be a better sense of community here than in the US in terms of like families taking care of the elders in the family and like the young people in the family. So like you're all staying together perhaps, which is not really the same all the time in the Western.
Right. Because like in the Western cultures, usually you become an adult and you go out of the house.
Exactly. Yeah, you're like on your own now, or if you age, like then you go to an elderly home, or maybe you're not getting taken care of the way that.
Oh, that's a good point too.
Yeah.
And also, one thing more about the infrastructure and nightlife. Have you been to a unmanned shop or like a convenience store in Korea?
Not. Do you have any recommendations?
Ice cream shop. So you just open the door, you scan the ice cream, and you pay for it by yourself.
Oh, I love that. That's very trusting of the people.
Yeah, so that's also about the safety point in Korea. So what do you think about that?
That's very fun. That's awesome. That sounds very great, and I love that there's this sense of like communal trustworthiness that everyone has for each other, that they're gonna respect the rules and pay for what they get. So that's awesome. Yeah, if I come across one, I'll
Definitely recommend. I think there is one also in this area somewhere. So if you want some ice cream, definitely give it a go.
I will.
So in everyday life, do you usually feel safe in Korea? Like on the streets, for example, walking by yourself?
It really does. Like different areas, whether there's foreigner populated area or not, compared to being in a city in America, it's not even comparable. I feel very safe in Korea. I can go out at night and...
Do you think that there is a reason for why Korea or Seoul is safe?
Even though like Finland has a very like low crime rate and usually nothing big happens, you would think that like living in a big city would feel more threatening for a person who comes from that kind of a country. But for me personally, I feel much more safer in Korea, like walking around at night, for example, than back home. But I think the difference comes from in Finland everything closes so early. There's not people around at night, but in Korea there's always something going on, even at night. Like anytime you go out, there's always gonna be people and there's always gonna be a place open. So even if I walk alone somewhere, I know that there's people around me and it's like I'm not alone in the dark and someone gets to like, mug me.
Yeah.
So I do feel like safer walking around in Korea at night.
And also I think that in Korea there's not a lot of stealing, right?
Yeah.
So like in cafes you can just like throw your things and go somewhere else.
That's actually one of my favorite things about Korea is being able to set like your laptop, because we're students, so we have like a bunch of technology for studying. We just leave it out and go to the bathroom or like go on a little walk,
Get a snack.
something, and I have no concern. And whereas in America where I live, it's really safe. I feel safer where I live in America than Korea, but I don't feel safe with the like stealing, like,
with
petty
your
theft.
things.
Yeah, with my things, because it's not really such a they don't take it as such an extreme case. If you leave your stuff, then it's somebody else's thing, you know, like it's your fault for not taking care of it. And honestly, like, my parents too, they were in shock when they saw that as well.
Oh, what did your parents think of Korea?
My parents really like the convenience, and surprisingly, because my mom only speaks a little bit of Korean and the rest don't speak any Korean at all, but they still were able to like make friends with people on the street and have a bunch of really great experiences, and they thought it was really safe and great for somebody who's like in their 20s. The convenience and the opportunity is quite large.
So do you think that Koreans are nice and kind for both young people and also for like parents or maybe more older people?
I think for older people, actually, like they were much more open to like sharing with my parents. Mm-hmm. They look more out of place, I guess, because they don't know the culture so much. So Koreans really wanted to help them out, and you know, like anything that they didn't understand or something they wanted to learn, they wanted to teach them.
Oh,
and that was really
that's so cute.
Yeah. Like in supermarkets and stuff like that.
So do you have any plans for like living in Korea, or do you want to end your studies and then move somewhere else?
I'm not totally sure because I was supposed to go to Thailand to study. The only reason I came to Korea was because I didn't know any Thai and I already knew Korean for 6 years before. So I just came here because when I moved to a new country, I want to know the language. Just because if I go live in another country, of course, I feel like it's always best to learn the local customs and the local language. In that sense, I do still have like 2 years left of my degree, so I'm not leaving anytime soon. So I feel like I'll just see how I feel and what kind of goals I have at that point. Maybe I'll go to like another, like I don't know yet, but I do like Korea, and if I can, I would like to stay.
Oh, so for now, Korea.
Yeah, for now I guess.
Do you feel Seoul or Incheon, Seongdo?
I do like Seoul better.
And for you?
I actually recently switched to modeling contract. So I'm a student, but I have a modeling contract, so I have to stay for the next 2 years at least. And I'm kind of debating whether or not how that goes, whether or not I will extend the contract or get a job somewhere or not. And I think going somewhere in Oceania, like Australia or New Zealand, would be a nice option because I'm a New Zealand citizen as well. So I think somewhere, or I'd really like to travel around Asia before I go. So I think that's something that is like on my bucket list. So that's why I think it's a really great opportunity to be here as a student and exploring different opportunities before I start a long-term job.
So also Korea for now, and
Yeah.
later we will see. Can you tell us your major as well?
I'm doing political science and international relations.
I'm creative technology management.
Technology.
Yeah, so like IT manager or things like that. But Korea has a lot of opportunities for like design and technology and things like that. So there's a possibility that I will want to do something.
Wish you all the best, and thank you so much for the interview. Oh, and also now it's kind of getting darker, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about like the night life and night time in Korea? Is there some difference while living here comparing to France?
Even though I'm not from a big city, I will try to get home before it gets too dark.
Oh,
Or
okay.
at least if it's late at night, I will not be alone. Meanwhile here, I used to have a roommate here, and we will go out and enjoy party or drink at a bar, and we will come back home just walking, maybe at 2, 3, 4 a.m. and it was completely fine. Like 2 hours walking in the middle of the night. We never felt like it was dangerous. It's super safe.
The night walk, but oh, that's a
It
very
was so
long
good though.
one.
Yeah, but it was so good.
But isn't like the night view of Korea very beautiful?
It is. It is. It's very bright. It's like a huge city. It's so peaceful, so beautiful.
What do you think about like Korean people in general? Do you think that they're kind or helpful?
Yeah, I mean, my Korean friends, I definitely think they're really kind and they are very thoughtful.
What about people you
considerate.
don't know, like strangers?
It depends. In my area, we are not many foreigners, and there are a lot of old people. My landlord is old guy, and he's adorable, really helpful, super helpful since the day one.
That's great.
But I saw other men or women who were old, and since I'm a foreigner, they don't want to come to me. You know, they kind of give a side look.
Oh,
So I think that's, depends on people. It's not the country. It's just some people are very welcoming, some others are not.
hi. Are you okay with a street interview for a second?
Yeah, what kind of interview?
Oh, so we're asking about living or traveling in Korea. So if you would be okay.
Let's do that.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm waiting for my friend. Then.
So can you do a little self-introduction for us?
Yeah, I'm Gabriela. I'm from Bulgaria and I'm 23 years old. I'm in Korea for I'm an exchange student for 4 months here in Ueda University.
Oh, okay. What's your major?
My major is Korean studies in Bulgaria, but I'm here for attending the Korean language program.
Oh, so you're studying Korean now?
Yeah.
That's
But my
great.
major is Korean studies.
So it's a pretty evening today, right?
Yeah, and the weather is nice finally.
So I want to ask you about like the nightlife in Korea.
Okay.
So how do you feel about the nightlife, or like the things you can do during the nighttime, and if you feel comfortable with them?
I like it. I love it here. We have nightlife in Bulgaria as well, but here is more grand. A lot of places to go, and restaurants are open till late, and bars, nice option. There are a variety of options to go, and it's nice with friends.
Is there something that you feel that you can do in Korea that you wouldn't be able to do in Bulgaria?
Not really. like Bulgaria is like our country is like more open-minded, so I feel like more comfortable doing something in Bulgaria rather than in Korea. But the thing I won't be able to do in Bulgaria is like going to norebank because we don't have such a thing. So it's like kind of nice to have drinks with friends and then go after that to like norebank and sing.
Especially the
And no one
24.
listens to you, yeah.
How do you feel about safety in Korea, also during the night time?
I feel like safe all the time. I don't feel scared or anything like that.
Oh, that's great. Is there also something that you felt that there was a difference about, for example, public transport during the night or some conveniences during the night?
Usually when I like go out at night, I always go back with a taxi or like Uber, yeah. But the transportation is overall nice. It's way better than Bulgaria, so I don't have like complaints. Probably wait 5 minutes, that's all, and I always get a taxi.
That's great. How do you feel about like the place you live in Korea and about the safety in there? Do you feel a difference, for example, with the place that you lived in before?
Like in Bulgaria, like, it's because like I live in a dormitory here, so it's kind of different than Bulgaria. In Bulgaria, I live in my own apartment, so I need to be like follow the rules here for like dormitory. And the worst thing is the recycling thing.
Oh.
It's so hard. I feel like I spend like 40 minutes recycling stuff, and I'm always like, which one should I put there and which one the other bag? So it's kind of confusing.
New thing to learn, right?
Yeah, every day. I cannot get used to it, even like 2 months in.
Because you said that you feel pretty safe in Korea,
Yeah.
do you think that there is a reason for why Korea is so safe?
I feel like that's their culture as well. Like people are like they keep distance even in like during the day. Like they're like more space between us. You know, like.
So you feel that there is also a safety connected cultural difference with Koreans and Bulgarians?
In Bulgaria, well, like people are, even if, for example, they get drunk and stuff like that, they will be like more open to do stuff to you, like touch you, try to talk to you. But here is like they mind their own business.
So not trying to interfere?
It depends where you go. Like if you go to Honda, like we all know how hard they are, but overall it's great. I don't find like I don't feel uncomfortable.
Also, apart from the safety, do you think there are other like points in Korea that you prefer here or think that the Korea is taking the lead in?
I don't know how to explain it, but the only thing I want to change, for example, is like I want people to be more open, like more comfortable and like more friendly, because they always, even if you're friends with someone in other countries, when you meet someone for the first time, after that you greet each other, you know, like when you meet randomly on the street or like in the university. But here is like people are like you guys meet, and then after that they're probably like you're foreigners, so we're not that kind to you, like not that friendly, you know, like there's still like this kind of feeling that you're like different, and that's the only thing. The rest is like everything, like the restaurants, the convenience stores. That's the thing I love, because like in Bulgaria we don't have like convenience stores open 24/7 everywhere. So it's like if you want to grab something, you can always go out, and like there is a convenience store right in front of you in every like 200 meters, something like that.
So what do you think about strangers, like Korean strangers in here? Do you think that they're helpful? For example, do you have any situation that you needed help and Korean helped you? Or
I feel like the older people, the elder one, are really like more warm, like warmer than young people. Like they're always open to help. They always try to speak in English, even if I do speak a little Korean, like I can talk like basic daily life stuff. But like all the elder people, they always help out. Even in like different city in Busan, people there, the moment you step in Busan, you can feel the difference in the cities. If I ask for help, they will help, definitely.
thank you so much for giving us your time, and hope you have a great stay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we have a small gift for you for the interview.
Thank you.
So it's a Korean traditional mirror.
Oh, thank you. Mine just broke. Like the mirror just broke.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's really beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the time and the great answers. 네, 제가 오늘 성수동 와서 되게 다양한 분들이랑 이야기를 나눠봤는데 저도 몰랐던 점들이 나와서 저도 배운 점이 많은 것 같고 신기하네요. 너무 재밌었고 저는 또 다음에 어떤 분들이랑 이 이야기를 나눌 수 있을지 벌써 기대가 되네요. 감사합니다.